In a peaceful green forest where birds were singing and the wind gently moved the leaves, a cheerful donkey was enjoying a wonderful day with his girlfriend. They loved spending time together, walking along the narrow forest paths, laughing and talking about silly things. The donkey was kind, a little clumsy, but very loving, and his girlfriend always enjoyed his funny jokes and warm heart. Everything seemed calm and happy, and it felt like nothing could ruin their perfect day. The two of them were walking slowly through the forest, admiring the flowers and listening to the sound of the river nearby. The donkey was telling a funny story about the time he tried to climb a tree and ended up stuck for hours. His girlfriend laughed so hard that she almost fell over. It was one of those simple moments that made their friendship and love even stronger. But not far away, hiding behind a tall bush, a snaky orange cat was watching them closely. This cat was known in the forest for being mischievous and always looking for trouble. Instead of walking like everyone else, the cat had a strange habit of riding around on a small bicycle. No one knew where the cat found the bicycle, but it used it to move quickly and surprise other animals. The cat looked at the happy couple and came up with a silly but dramatic plan. With a sly smile, the cat quietly pushed the bicycle closer and waited for the perfect moment. The donkey and his girlfriend had no idea that someone was watching them. They were too busy enjoying their conversation and the peaceful forest around them. Suddenly, the quiet forest path was broken by the ringing of a small bicycle bell. Before the donkey could even turn his head, the cat rode in quickly, grabbed the donkey's girlfriend, and placed her on the back of the bicycle. Everything happened so fast that the donkey stood frozen in shock for a moment. "Wait! What are you doing?" the donkey shouted, finally realizing what was happening. The cat didn't answer. Instead, the mischievous rider pedaled faster and faster down the forest path, the wheels spinning wildly as leaves and dust flew into the air. The donkey's girlfriend looked confused and surprised, trying to understand why she was suddenly riding away on a bicycle with a crazy cat. The donkey quickly snapped out of his shock and started running after them. His long legs moved as fast as they could, but running on a forest path full of rocks and roots was not easy. Meanwhile, the cat skillfully rode the bicycle around every corner, zigzagging between trees and laughing like a cartoon villain. The donkey was determined to catch them. Even though he was not the fastest runner in the forest, he refused to give up. His hooves pounded the ground as he chased the bicycle deeper into the woods. Birds flew away in surprise, squirrels jumped out of the way, and even the sleepy turtles lifted their heads to watch the strange scene. After a while, the donkey finally caught up to the bicycle near a small hill. Breathing heavily, he stood in front of the cat and blocked the path. The cat stopped suddenly, the bicycle wobbling slightly as the front wheel turned side to side. "Why did you do that?" the donkey asked angrily but also a little confused. The cat looked at him and shrugged in a silly way. In many cartoons, characters do ridiculous things for no reason at all, and this cat was clearly one of those characters. Instead of answering, the cat simply jumped off the bicycle and struck a dramatic pose as if preparing for a big fight. And just like that, a hilarious cartoon-style battle began. The donkey tried to grab the cat, but the cat jumped over him. The cat tried to scare the donkey, but the donkey accidentally bumped into a tree and shook a bunch of apples onto the cat's head. They slipped, stumbled, rolled on the ground, and chased each other in circles while the donkey's girlfriend watched in disbelief. At one point, The cat jumped back onto the bicycle and tried to escape again, but the donkey grabbed the back wheel. The bicycle spun wildly, and both of them fell into a pile of soft leaves. For a moment everything was quiet except for the sound of them groaning and trying to stand up again. The fight continued in the funniest way possible. The donkey accidentally kicked a bucket, which flew into the air and landed on the cat's head. The cat ran around blindly while the donkey tried to remove the bucket. Then both of them slipped near the riverbank and splashed into the water, soaking wet but still determined. Finally, after all the chaos, the donkey managed to stop the cat and take back his girlfriend. The cat, now exhausted and covered in mud and leaves, looked less like a villain and more like a silly troublemaker who had taken the joke too far. The donkey helped his girlfriend down from the bicycle, making sure she was okay. She smiled and assured him that everything was fine, even though the whole situation had been incredibly strange. The cat slowly picked up the bicycle and looked at the donkey. Instead of continuing the fight, the cat gave a playful grin and rang the bicycle bell one more time. Then, without another word, the cat rode away down the path, disappearing between the trees like a mischievous cartoon character who might return for another adventure someday. The donkey watched the cat disappear and sighed deeply. His girlfriend gently laughed and said that the whole experience felt like something straight out of a crazy cartoon. Even though it had been shocking at first, it had turned into a ridiculous and unforgettable story. Soon the forest returned to its peaceful state. The birds continued singing, the wind moved softly through the trees, and the donkey and his girlfriend slowly walked back along the path, still talking about the strange bicycle-riding cat. From that day on, whenever the donkey heard the sound of a bicycle bell in the distance, he would immediately look around nervously. But deep down, he couldn't help laughing about the day a mischievous cat on a bicycle turned their peaceful walk into the funniest adventure in the forest. The F squared F y plus minus.